see, the U.S. dollar is having its worst years since 1973. You've probably heard that the dollar, which is the standard currency used worldwide, has been devaluing for many, many years. You know that. Everybody knows that, or a lot of people know that. Now it appears, though, that because of Mr. Trump's bullying or his tariffs or his sanctions, he may actually be pushing the dollar right over the cliff. Look at this headline. This is a headline in The Guardian. Trust in the U.S. is eroding. The question isn't if the U.S. dollar will lose supremacy, it's when. And if it loses supremacy, it will likely lose out to a consortium of countries. Countries that are tired of being treated like children, who are surpassing Washington in many ways. And the West, by the way, they're bigger in population. They're bigger in terms of how large their standing armies are. They're bigger in GDP growth. Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa have been joined now by Vietnam, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Belarus. I could go on. And this grouping of BRICS nations is fast becoming the world's, the cool kids on the block, right? They're the cool kids now. It's a group that's popular. A bunch of nations say, we want in. Join. Can we join? Can we join? While the G7, not. They're declining. And what's the fuel that feeds or fed the G7? The dollar. So now look at this. China, perhaps like a shark smelling blood in the water, is doing something that is unprecedented. Take a look at this graph. See that? Look at that pink line. See that pink line? That's China. China has now sold off, dumped more than $300 billion worth of U.S. treasuries just over the past 5 years. That's the direction they think it's going. Something we haven't seen before happen among trading partners and with such obvious strategic intent. All BRICS nations, but especially China, seem to be telling Donald Trump something pretty clearly. Two can play at this game, and we can play harder, and we can keep it going longer. Funny thing is, the damage to the dollar as the world's standard currency is something that Mr. Trump has bragged about, said in the past that he'll figure it out, but past presidents, he said, were too stupid to avoid it. Here it is.
If you have a smart president, you will never lose the standard. If you have a stupid president, like the last one, you would lose the standard. You wouldn't have the dollar as you. And if we lost the world standard dollar, that would be like losing a war, a major world war. We would not be the same country any longer.
Yeah. Well, look, the war, as he calls it, may not be lost. But there are certainly some important battles that aren't going his way right now. India, for example, that's pretty obvious. As for Mr. Trump, after bragging that he and only he would be able to strengthen the value of the dollar, I don't know, man. I think he's actually doing the opposite. In fact, he, more than any other president before him, is actually seemingly, I'll ask my guest who's an expert on this, he may be accelerating de-dollarization. Accelerating de-dollarization, right? Let's talk about this with somebody who knows this stuff only too well. That's why I listen to him a lot. His name is Gerald Celente. He's an American Trends forecaster. He's the publisher of the Trends Journal. He's the founder and the director of the Trends Research Institute. And there he is with his smiling face, always excited to have a good conversation with somebody who is smart. The best we can do is me, so let's have at it. Gerald, how are you, my friend?
Well, thank you for your kindness. How am I? I'm very blessed for everything I have. Very sad to see what's going on in the world. And it breaks my heart as a true American, a Napolitano born in the Bronx. I'm the same age as Trump, 1946, when America was at the height and the spirit was at the height. And now it's just a freak show. And again, not only Trump, one after another. So, and it's just getting worse. And you talked about the nations and how the BRICS are uniting against the dollar. The world has had enough of the United States hegemony. This is your Trends Journal when it used to be a quarterly. See how happy that guy is? It's the United States overthrow the democratically elected government of Viktor Yanukovych in Ukraine in 2014. This is an article by Dr. Paul Craig Roberts, former Assistant Treasury Secretary under Ronald Reagan. You ready?
Yeah.
Here you go. Talking about America. Washington is driving the world to the final war. Now, here's the important one. World hegemony is not a right America has earned. The world is becoming fed up